A very long series initially. We had a lot of late game, we had a lot of maxing outs, we had a lot of mech. Do we repeat ourselves here? I hope not, but let's go, let's find out. As in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Polish Terran player, we have the Brood War Terran for RSC Esports. It is a Spirit. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, we have the Red Protoss. It is a Creator. We go. As the Terran versus Protoss matchup does continue. Settling into our game. And again, when it comes to this rematch here, Spirit, he showed off a lot of mech. Now, the one game that Spirit did win against Creator was really impressive. It was with his SE2 Terran, where he went for mass drop play. He went for just a non-stop hyper-aggression, multi-prong aggression, going for drops on the left, drops on the right, drops into the main base, drops into the third, and he pulled Creator apart. Creator had a really hard time keeping up with Brood War Protoss. I mean, Brood War Protoss infamously has, you know, far less mobility and can have a hard time against that kind of style. And Creator, he was torn apart. He was torn apart. We'll see if Spirit can embrace that style again. For now, though, he is stuck with Brood War Terran, which is a bit of a slower style at times. We're expecting mech, but we'll see if he surprises us with bio instead. For now, Rax Expand. Rax Expand out of Spirit. eBay is going to be targeted down, and Creator, he will soon expand. For now, going for the gateway into Cybercore before Nexus. But it's now on the way. Nexus is on the way. We're soon waiting for the tech of choice from Creator. Does he go Robo, Twilight Council, or Stargate? There are 3 tech options available here for our Protoss player. Likewise, Spirit, do we commit into something greater? Oh, do you see what I see? I see a second Rax. Hello. We're going a little bit old school, or I mean, it's been very trendy for a long time in the lifespan of StarCraft Evolution. Are we going for a 3 Rax? Are we going 3 Rax Sim? There it is. There is that third Rax, hidden further back behind the main base. Let's go. So a very strong sim timing is going to be ahead of us here. Now, my big question, Creator, he's newer to StarCraft Evolution. Has he played against this? Has he played against this style? Now, I would imagine he's done some custom games with Beyond. Like, Creator and Beyond are really good friends. They're really good friends. They spend a lot of time outside of the game together, and I'm pretty sure, and if I recall, Beyond, he's the player that actually got Creator into StarCraft Evolution. So, with all that being said, have they played customs? If they have, then Creator should be familiar with this. If not, then I don't know if he's played against this before. Because here comes the Academy. The Academy is going to be for Stim. Going to be for Stim, for medic production as well. So it's going to hit quite hard. Will hit hard. See if Creator's able to respond. So we're throwing down extra gateways. Okay. For the time being, we do have a 3 gate bling setup here. Very safe play at a Creator. We'll see if he goes for something more aggressive with a 4th gateway. See if he goes for the Robo. Yeah, there it is. So 3-gate Robo opener out of Creator. Very standard, very safe, very meta. Gases as well. He's staying on 2 bases, going for a delayed 3rd. This is going to be ideal against the 3 Rax. So far, so good. Whoa, hold on. That is not Stim. Wait, what? That's U238 shells, right? Am I crazy? Did they change the visual? Okay, let's go. Factory's on the way. Hallucination does confirm the Raxes, does confirm the Academy. And that's the U238 shells. So we're not going for an early Stim timing. We're staying on 2 bases. Spirit, he's staying on 2 bases. He's not going for the early timing. We have the factory on the way. We have a 3rd CC on the way. This is a build that I haven't seen before. Huh. Okay. All right. Because of this, I do prefer Spirit's position. Creator, he's being very safe, very defensive. He's throwing down a Bay and Forge. Creator, because of this very safe and very defensive play, his 3rd base is late. This is a late 3rd base for Creator in favor of earlier Robo, in favor of earlier Colossus. Creator, he wants Spirit to push. He wants Spirit to be active. If Spirit isn't, and Spirit isn't, he's expanding, then Spirit can take a lead. As now Stim is on the way. Spirit, he does look to dive in. So now he does have his move out, but he's just moving out to expand. His 3rd base is not being taken. We'll see if Spirit commits across the map. Does get a Stalker. Speaking of the Stalker, Creator setting up defensively. First Colossus is already out. If you recall, this is what I mentioned, how Creator, he wants Spirit to push. He wants him to push because Creator, he's ready for a fight. But Spirit's not pushing. Spirit, he's expanding. He's getting his 3rd base. He's keeping up, if not excelling economically. And we're getting into the mid-game. We're building up into the mid-game. Extra action behind this. So we start a 4th CC. Eyes are on Spirit. We have some fire bats. Okay. I mean, that'll be a way to help tank those charge lots. Fire bats that have their place. Armory's on the way. Starport as well. And Spirit just staying at home. Staying back home, building up. And soon Spirit, he will push. In my mind, I thought it was going to be waiting for his next wave, but no, he's moving out. His move, I guess, spotted by the Observer. As he moves out, Creator moves in. Ooh, and he does hit the 3rd. Yeah, the 3rd base is exposed, as if he's going to be going down at the same time. Nice force field, getting in some of the tanks. Oh no! Tank boys, they almost get the Colossus. They strip away the shields. Gotta respect the tanks. Fire bats to defend. Colossus getting almost surrounded. Yeah, Spirit, he dives in. Nice sub-stepping. He gets one Colossus goes down. Nice dive from the tanks, and Creator's just being outscaled. He's just being outscaled here. And Spirit did have the edge when it came to the openers. Creator, he was ready for an earlier attack, but as the game progressed, he fell further behind. And the expansion does go down. And takes down the 4th base. Creator falling behind economically. Ooh, Spirit, calm down. Spirit getting too excited. Gets a little bit too excited towards the end. Creator going for the gold. Trying to recover in some way. It's Creator trying to come in from behind. Mass on siege. Now it's time. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3 tanks. It's everything. Yeah, very nice engage here from Creator. He does catch his opponent off guard. Spirit completely off guard. He will lose every single tank. Yeah, not just tanks, he will lose everything. The bio as well. Again, the MVP there, the Observer. The Observer saw everything. As soon as Spirit unsieged, bam, Creator, he went for it. He went for the kill. The Observer told him everything he needed to, and Spirit, he plummets in supply. Now, Spirit still killed the third base. True. Oh, sorry, the fourth, I should say. Did kill the fourth, so Creator still stuck on 3 bases. But to take a very strong fight, and Creator, he preserved the Colossus. Impressive. Impressive play there from Creator. Spirit taking his fourth. So we do have a back and forth. But Creator has momentum. He has a larger army. Spirit, he's stuck defending. He's stuck at home. And we'll see if Creator can find a way in. Oh. Yes, he does go for the blink, does go for the dive, and so far does take down 1, 2, 3 tanks. 3 tanks good, and there's no buffer. Yeah, there's no buffer, no support. We're getting top of every single tank. The tank line gets completely shut down. And once again, Creator, he gets into the third. Gets into the third base. Boys being pulled away. Oh, pulled within range of the Colossus. Oh no! 2 SCVs survive. 2 SCVs get out of there. And yeah, Creator, again, after that initial fight out in the open, snowballs into breaking the third base, and Spirit just doesn't really have much left to defend. You can see he's got 3 tanks to cover his natural. He's got 1 tank out at his third base, his new third. And Creator's just going for the kill. Yeah, he's just going for the kill. GG gets called. Creator, he will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. An intense back and forth. Both players had their moments in that game, but alas, unfortunately, Spirit, he either overstayed his welcome, or unfortunately, he didn't get eyes on the observer that was watching him the entire time. It was a brutal moment when he lost the entire army out in the open, out on the map, and from there, Creator, he snowballed into that win. GG. GG, well played. But it was a really interesting build out of Spirit, and I was favoring him. I was favoring him initially, you know, securing his third base, moving out, killing the fourth of his opponent. Had some good moments, but not enough. Not good enough. And with that, we're now getting into game number 2, and spawning in the right-hand corner of Vermeer, we have the StarCraft 2 Terran player. We have the Polish Terran representing ROC Esports down in the series. We'll see if he bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Spirit. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Brood War Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss. Leading the series 1-0. It is a Creator. Now we are going to be selling in. Welcome one all to Vermeer. Vermeer is a Brood War map that has been ported over, and it is a 4-player spawn map. We can spawn in bottom right, bottom left, top left, and top right as well. So very large, a lot of bases, of course. But depending on spawn locations, we can have a longer rush distance or a shorter rush distance instead. We haven't seen Spirit embrace mech yet, but especially with close spawns, we could see Spirit go for a much more heavy Cyclone style into a much more aggressive battle mech composition. We'll see. We'll see. As so far, ranks expand, standard opener out of Spirit. Meanwhile, Creator likewise going for his own gate expand into Cybercore as well. So openers are looking economic. And we'll see where they lead us. We'll see where we go. Here we go. You see Creator scouting with his first Zealot. Does check the top side. Robo opener, we're expecting reroll drops. Is what we're expecting. As that is a Robo before the second gateway. Zell pokes in. We'll delay the CC for a couple of seconds, and of course, I'll confirm the location of Spirit. But outside of that, doesn't really get much done. The Zealot is going to get picked up. Meanwhile, the base on the way, as we said, based on the opener, Reaver drop out of our Protoss player. Spirit going for a 1-1-1. Interesting. No add-on swap yet. We're also missing a tech lab here. So what are we taking into? Initially going for an early drop. Okay. So we can go for a Marine Widowmine drop. I believe if we move out with all these units, with the Marines and the Widowmines, the goal would be to get economic damage, where the Marines focus on probes and the Widowmines zone away the Dragoons. It's typically how this comes together. At the same time, Reaver is on the way. Here comes the drop, and again, this is designed for economic damage. We'll see what he can get done. Likewise, Creator is ready here in his natural. Reaver drop is now moving out. Hellion gets spotted. Drop unloads at the third, going for the cancel. Okay. Does move in, does go for the cancel, will force it. Oh, we saw the Creator, he did hesitate with this drop. But so far, nice damage by Spirit. Really nice damage. Creator, he was out of position. Back at home, Viking is ready, and Spirit, he should shut this down. So we're just having a stronger start here. Creator, he goes further in, which means it's going to be a secure kill. Reaver truck goes up, he gets one SCV, and the Viking will completely shut this down. Oof. Brutal loss here for Creator. Shuttle goes down, Reaver as well. He gets a couple of shots off, he gets a couple of SCVs. Oof. But not worth it. That is not worth it for Creator whatsoever. Remember, he already lost his third base as well. So a shaky start for the Protoss. We saw Spirit earlier today shut this down with Cyclone, if you recall. With Mass Cyclone here, shutting it down with the Viking. The Reaver drops have not been going well for Creator. See if Creator can make up for that. And Spirit, he's not making it up, of course, is getting into bio. Stim, combat shields. He's got a 3-1-1 setup. Third CC is on the way, so Spirit, he's not going for a 2-base all-in. He is expanding. And so far, I'm liking Spirit's position. He's double expand. Oh my god. Double expanding even. Okay, third and a fourth CC at the same time. We'll see if Spirit can get away with it. The pressure is on Creator. He's now moving out. He's got his Reavers. He has two of them. He will miss the army though. Ooh. The armies, they pass by each other. What is it to defend back at home? Unsieged tanks. Siege mode has not been researched. Shots going up. Gets a Marauder. Marines are coming in from behind. They're coming in from behind. Liberator does arrive at the natural. The Reaver's exposed. The Reaver's exposed. He's moving in. Can he save it? Yeah, shots going up. Wasted on buildings. Marines, they do rush in. No stim. Wow, no stim. Oh no, one Reaver goes down to the tank. All right, of course it didn't research siege mode. My mind was elsewhere. Tanks are being cleaned up. Marines are getting caught out. Again, Stim just now finishing, and it looks like a Creator, he may have just barely done it in time. Again, attacking Stim. Takes down the mineral line. The Dragoons are getting very low. Oh my god. Dragoons, they're going to be cleaned up. Okay. Spirit holds. Spirit, he holds, he defends. He may have lost 20 SCVs, but remember, he has a third and a fourth CC. He has 4 command centers. So Spirit, he could try to recover here. Could try, depending on whether or not Creator gives him time. Doesn't give him breathing room. Goes back in. Oof. Nice connection. Gets 3 SCVs. Gets 3. Gets another 2. Shuttle does pull away. Shuttle does pull away. As the Reaver harass continues, catching at a mule. Ooh. Medevac drop getting caught out. Creator, he's popping off. Denies the drop, harasses across the map. The army's out of position, nothing to defend. Getting more SCV kills. And even here in position at his natural, Creator, he's all over this. Yeah, he's all over the drops. But did I speak too soon? Medevacs, they bypass the Dragoons. They get into the third. Probes are going down. Late reaction. Yeah, late reaction. Ooh, the shuttle goes down. Creator, he's distracted. Yeah, big distraction. Shuttle falls. Creator, he'll lose a Reaver. Nice control. But Creator, he does lose one of his Reavers. And the shuttle. At the same time, Medevac goes down. Very intense couple of moments, but overall, Creator, he still comes out on top. Ideally, he would not have lost his shuttle, as there is dead space here. So a little bit shaky, but Creator overall comes out on top. He will defend. And the pressure's still on Spirit. He's dropping. Both players are. Creator looks like he did see the drop. Observer gets caught out. Creator, he responds. Like where Spirit, he knows he got spotted, so he pulls back. Pulls back the medevacs. Nice movement here by Spirit. Spirit Jesus loading everything up, and we may just go for the base trade. At this point, we're going to go for the base trade. Doom drop towards the natural. Meanwhile, Creator, he pushes in towards the third. The third doesn't matter as much. Again, time is of the essence. We got to go. But Creator, he doesn't realize that we are coming to a base trade. Here we go. There's that Doom drop. Doom drop comes in. The Creator, we got to go. We got to send it. We got to keep going. Oh, the Reavers, they come back home to defend. Interesting. Okay. Doesn't come back home. Reavers moving in. Massive tank boys going off for the Dragoons. Reavers into the main. And the tanks are falling. The Creator, he has broken the main base. Spirit at the same time busts into the third. He's going for the elimination, going for trying to kill all the buildings. We're on a move. We're on a move. We have to focus down the Liberator. The Liberator just getting a lot of free hits in. Yeah, Creator, he wasn't paying attention. Focusing across the map. There we go. Final Liberator does go down, but Creator, he lost a lot of supply in the process. But he has an army. Yeah, he has a defensive army here in the main. Creator, he defends and he attacks. Spirit, he's racing back home. He knows he can no longer kill Creator. The best chance is to try to deal with an army at a time. Spirit is down to 1 CC. Oh, the Reaver shots. Oh my god. Flush save. Flush save. Reaver shots. Oh, they will connect. They connect. They focus on some of the rollers, but overall, Spirit, he does defend. He defends back. No, he's down to 1 SCV. No. That's the only SCV left. Stay hidden, Fatty. Stay hidden. GG gets called, and with that, Creator, he overwhelms. He does pop off in the base trade, and Creator, he takes a 2-0 lead. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Creator, he does take a 2-0 lead here, and he is 1 game away from claiming the series. Una más, papi, una más. One game away. Again, very intense back and forth here, but overall, Creator, he was able to get across the map in time, able to deal critical damage, able to gain map control. Again, it was really impressive to see Creator keep up with all the drop play. He kept up with the drop at his third base, at his natural, the main push as well. He was harassing. Creator, he was keeping up, if not exceeding the speed of Spirit. Now, here we go. Getting into our next game, potentially the final game of the series. The pressure is now on Spirit. He has to fight back here and now. In the top side of Sylphid, we have the SE2 Terran. It is Spirit for ROC Esports. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Brutal Protoss leading the series 2-0. It is a Creator. Goliath looks so cool, and this is what they do. They look sick. They do look sick. Didn't think the series was gonna go this way. Kind of. Like, again, this is a rematch, and Creator did beat Spirit initially. I didn't think the series would go this way in the sense that I would expect more mech. I was expecting like mech every game out of Spirit, to be honest, and we haven't gotten any mech yet. No mech yet, whether it's with Brood War Terran or SE2 Terran. That is my one surprise here, considering how mech heavy Spirit was in their first best of 3. So we'll see if we embrace mech here in game 3 as we are loading into Sylphid. Sylphid, of course, is a 3-player spawn map. We have the top spawn, left spawn, and right spawn as well. For now, we have an economic opener, Rax, expand out of Spirit. So standard opener out of Spirit. Meanwhile, we do have Creator doing the same. Going gate, expand. And my eyes are on Spirit. They have to be, right? The pressure is on. How does he approach this? Where are we headed? Where are we headed? As we have the gateway into Robo, into second gateway, so this does look like a Reaver drop opener out of Creator. Meanwhile, Spirit going for his factory. Not really set up for an add-on swap. So he may go for the Marine drop again, just like last game. He may open up Reactor Marine into Widowmine, into Medevac, into drop. We'll see. But so far, the builds are the exact same that we saw in the last game. Yep, there's that 1-1-1. Oh, never mind. We do have an earlier tech lab. So earlier tech lab, this can lead into earlier safety Cyclone production, or it can lead into an add-on swap into earlier Banshee play. So Spirit, he has options. Meanwhile, back at home, we do see that Bay into that Reaver drop. Now, if we do open up early Cyclone, never mind add-on swap. No early Cyclone. We are going for what should be Banshee play. Interesting. Now, because of this opener, there is no early Viking, there is no early Cyclone. It means that there's no early way to punish the shuttle yet. We might get there still, especially because, again, we have a later tech lab, but still a tech lab on the factory, so we can still go for the early Cyclone. There's the Banshee, Cloak Banshee, very big investment into this. Big investment into those Cloak Banshees. And, ooh, we're skipping the Cyclone. Okay, so because there's no Cyclone, because there's no Viking, this Reaver drop can actually achieve quite a lot of damage. Whether or not it does, I mean, there's still Marines. There's a nice spread of Marines here. Like, this is the bare minimum to defend. If Spirit controls well, he could pull that off. What I'm most concerned by isn't the defense. I'm concerned by the scouting. We'll see if Creator can get a read on what exactly is happening here. Remember, you have to jump through some hoops to get into detection. It's going to be Cloak Banshee, not regular Banshee. And Creator, he will need an observatory to get an observer. Remember, there is a structure, there's a building that you have to get into. Otherwise, Banshees can just end the game. You know, we've seen it before in PvP with a DT walking in, or PvZ, or... I mean, there's a lot of matchups where DTs can just walk in and end the game. But alas, there's the observatory creator. He will have an observer. Eventually. As creator, he waited for the second Reaver, so this is going to be a delayed drop. Waits for the second Reaver. Now he moves in. Back home to defend. What do we have? Okay, we have a Marine spread in the main base. We have no anti-air at the natural. 0 anti-air. The shuttle can freely move in. Actually, he's just going for the head-on assault. He's going for the bunker. Okay. Let's go. Does go for the mineral line. SCVs go down. They were pulled into repair. 8 workers fall. Ay, ay, ay. Brutal damage. As we're still shelling away. At the same time, here come the Banshees. More workers going down. Banshees, they can one-shot. Yeah, 2 Banshees, they one-shot probes. Do we have an observer? The observer is... Oh, turning around. Yeah, the observer's not at home. Banshees, that's a lot of damage. They're popping off. Ooh, bit of miscontrol here by creator. It does miscontrol, does rally in. Bleeds out a lot. Oh, he takes a lot of shots. Only 1 Dragoon to defend. This is becoming critical damage here. Probes are going down. At the same time, drop into the main. That's more CVs. Ooh. Oh yeah, the Reaver goes down. The tank was within range. And we're getting messy. We're getting very messy here. We have 19 SCV kills. Meanwhile, we have 16 across the map. The Banshee's still alive. Both players are hurting. Oof. Creator that much more. Losing even more probes. And what's scary here is that we have a big power spike on the way for Spirit. What do we have? Stim, combat shields, and +1. We have a big Stim timing that's soon going to be available. Ooh, the other Reaver goes down. Creator dropping twice now within range of that 1 tank. This 1 tank killed both Reavers. And that might just be too much. That might just be too much. That's 2 Reavers falling. Creator, he needed more damage. He's falling behind. Now, what I will say when it comes to the eventual defense here is that even if you're behind with solid connections with this Reaver, Creator, he can still take a fight. Even if he's down in supply, even if he has less momentum, depending on how these Reavers connect, how these Scarabs connect, he could still try to pull this off. But this is a terrifying army. It's 4 tanks. Oh, Spirit expands. I would have said that this would not have been a bad moment for Spirit to just commit on 2 bases. He snipes the Observer, but he does expand. Okay. Oh, tanks on siege. Tanks are on siege, and we're getting on top of 1, getting on top of 2 tanks, just barely. As the Reaver goes down, yeah, the Reaver does fall. This is maybe the best fight that Creator could have hoped for, but it's still not going to go his way. Takes down the final tank with a bio army, stims in. He stims and he wins. GG gets pulled. Spirit, he will take the game. He will fight back. He will begin his comeback in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. The Banshees were brutal across the map. They did equivalent, if not more, damage, dealing pro damage, killing workers in the natural, in the main base as well. It was critical damage. On top of that, Creator, he lost his Reavers. He lost both Reavers across the map, so he had no defense. We did mention that maybe the best chance would be with some Reaver connections, with some Scarab shots in the center, but the fight, again, probably went as best as it could have for Creator, but still not enough. Still enough. GG, well played. We have a back and forth. We have a series, and we're going to be jumping into Pylon for game number 4. Let's go. Let us go. The worm unit is very powerful, a bit much. Clearly not enough. Ay, ay, ay. But when it comes to the Scarab damage, Spirit, he was being punished for his control. Again, he should have been aware that He saw the Reaver coming in, but he still clumped up his SCVs. We had some really nice Scarab shots at the natural base when the SCVs clumped trying to repair. So that was like one big moment that Creator capitalized on, but that was really like kind of the only big moment. With that, the Banshees did pop off, and now we're getting into our next game. We're getting into game number 4, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the Brood War Terran player. Ooh, the Brood War Terran himself. For RC Esports, the Polish Terran, it is a Spirit. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the SC2 Protoss player, the Red Protoss. It is Creator. Still one game away from claiming the series again. Creator, he's now able to embrace SC2 Protoss. He can get comfortable here, and we'll see what Spirit goes for. Spirit, he does open up with the eBay block. Creator, he does miss the SCV. Goes down to the low ground, but is it too late? Is there too much progression? Sends out 2 more probes, but there's just so much progression on this eBay. Ay. He may just be forced to take the unnatural natural. No, he will focus on the eBay. This is a big delay here for Creator, forced to make the Zealot. Yeah, Zealot is on the way. And a nice start for Spirit. Spirit, he starts well. As Creator cannot expand. And if you recall, I was talking earlier about how I expect a lot more mech out of Spirits in this series. Now we're finally on Pylon. This would be a map for mech, but we'll keep an eye on Spirit. We'll see. We'll see how he does approach Pylon. It's possible that after his matches against Creator in their first best of 3, that maybe he's just scared off of mech and just doesn't want to deal with that anymore. As we'll soon see our take of choice. After a follow-up. Creator, he has yet to see much. I mean, there's not really much to see. Twilight Council. So Twilight Council open out a Creator with this and going to Blink. He can play more defensively, he can be more greedy. We'll see how many gateways he throws down, and we'll see how long it takes to expand and get a third. Does he play safe? Does he take chances? Does he cut corners? Oh, meanwhile, third CC before starport. Very greedy build here by Spirit. If Creator confirms what's going on, he can respond with a faster third as well. Or, technically, he could respond with extra gateways with 4-gate blink and try to punish Spirit. So, he could respond with aggression, he could respond with greed. First things first, though, he has to scout what's happening, as it is going to be mech. Hallucination does confirm. He gets eyes on the second factory and on the third CC. He knows. He's now aware of the greed, and he's now aware of the mech. Creator, his response, greed. His response, faster base. So Creator, he's not going for a 2-base all-in. He's not going to be hyper-aggressive. He will apply some pressure. His goal here should be, though, to outgreed his opponent, to outproduce his opponent, gain a greater economy, and try to outscale in the mid-game. So far, Creator has all the information he needs. Let's go to all the info. Creator, he is going to reinforce. With this hallucination, he can gain high ground vision and potentially blink into the main. The last blink is still a couple of seconds away. Spirit getting in position to defend his third. Spirit's in position. Third base is being taken. Oh, and he does get into the main. He does blink in. There's one tank in position. Do we dive on the tank? Oh. He doesn't quite. It does pull away. Brutal tank shots going up, but the Stalkers, they barely survive. They get behind the mineral line. Voids are being pulled, and we get 4 SCV kills. Not too bad. 4 SCVs go down. I would say a nice defense out of Spirit. Nice defense. Doesn't take too many losses. Spirit defends well. Does defend well. We can see that Creator is committing to a mass gateway follow-up into what should be charge and +1. No forge yet, which is a little bit concerning. So we're lacking the upgrade, lacking the forge, but still going to a mass gateway style. And Creator still looking for a way in. Yes, this is mech. Yes, Spirit is turtling up, but right now it's early enough where the tank count is quite low, and you can see there are openings, right? This natural is looking very exposed. The natural is exposed. The main base also exposed as well. The army is mainly centralized here at the third. So Creator, he splits up. You can see here that we're kind of covering the entrance to the natural. Turret is on the way. We'll see if Creator can get in. Likewise, his way into the main base as well. Creator, he... I mean, now there are vultures. Yeah, now there are vultures to defend. So Creator, he took a little bit too long. Drop into the main base, so this will get damage done. Going for the warp in, getting SCV kills. Vultures, they respawn, but there's a minefield here at the natural. Spirit is hoping to try to bait Creator in. Ooh, kills the armory, not bad. Armory goes down, denies +1. What's the plan? Warping in Zealots, he can bait out those mines. It's going to be 7 SCV kills. Prism is going to be shut down. And Creator, he's now committing in. Can he get on top of the tanks? Oh, 7 spider mines. 1 spider mine does connect, but the tanks are exposed. He's going to get 1, 2, 3 tanks going down. Creator, he overwhelms. He's done it. He has broken the final tank. The final tank goes down. And Creator, he will break the third base. Very nice attack here. Distracting in the main base. Catching out the tanks exposed. Oh, baiting him in, but GG gets called. Creator, he will overwhelm, and Creator, he will take the series 3-1, advancing on into the playoffs. GG. GG, well played Creator, abusing some of the immobility here of his opponent. Again, Spirit, he did leave most of his tanks at his third base, and they were all on their own. Yes, there were mines, there were spider mines to protect the natural. Remember, they were just outside of the natural entrance, but they were not protecting the tanks themselves. The vultures were also busy in the main base of the tanks. They were exposed, they were on their own. GG. GG, well played Creator, does dive on top, does overwhelm, and does make it through. Congratulations here to Creator. And with that, we have our confirmed group stage finishing up. We have our confirmed players. Let's head on over here to our group and catch up on those results. Let's go. Let us go. We do have initially Creator. Creator took down Spirit 2-1. Rogue took down Rebellion 2-1. And in the first half of the broadcast, we had non-stop ace matches as Rogue took down Creator 2-1. And Rogue, he was the first player to make it through into the main event, into the playoffs, I should say. This is the main event, but into the playoffs. So GG, well played. With that, though, that led into the elimination match. This is where we had a little bit more one-sided matches. Spirit took down Rebellion 2-0. Impressive win there for Spirit. And then Creator, he was able to once again take down Spirit in the rematch, taking him down 3-1 to qualify for that for the playoffs. Congratulations here. Congratulations to Creator. And I believe we already have the rest of the brackets seeded. Oh boy, we can have a look together. Let's go. Oh god, Jesus, there's a lot of mirror matchups. Ay. Funada the admins here for all the mirror matchups. Jesus. I mean, it confirms that there are no mirror matchups in the semis. That is true, but okay, let's go. One moment as I will show off the brackets. Un momento. There we go. There we go. So again, the group stage has concluded. We had Tasia and Mana making it out of Group A. We had Bjorn and 3 out of Group B. We had Classic and Cure out of Group C. Sorry, I'm dying. And we had Rogue and Creator out of Group D. So we have our top 8 players in StarCraft Evolution, and now we have our playoff bracket. Here we go. We have a playoff bracket. From the top, we spoke about a lot of mirror matchups. We have Tasia and Kira facing off in a Terran versus Terran matchup in the quarterfinals. We have Rogan 3 facing off in the ZVZ. We have Bjorn and Creator. Oh, the 2 friends. That's unfortunate. Bjorn and Creator, the 2 good friends, are going to be facing off in the quarterfinals. And then we have Classic and Mana facing off in the Protoss versus Protoss matchup. Interesting. It's a little bit unfortunate how this was seeded. A little bit unfortunate when it comes to the placement of some of these players. Specifically, I'm referring to Bjorn and Classic. Out of all these players, I think my favorite top 2 players here in SE Evolution in this top 8 is probably Bjorn and Classic. I think I would place them as the number 1 and number 2 players. I mean, they topped their groups, right? Like Classic, he topped Group C, and Bjorn topped Group B, right? Like I would favor those 2 as the current 2 best players in, at least in this tournament. So it is unfortunate that they're both in the same half of the bracket. They're both in the same half, and they're going to be knocking each other out in the potential semifinals. So yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate. When it comes to the other players here, you know, Tasia, he's rising through the ranks. Again, in my mind, Cure and Rogue, they are heavily, from what we've seen, they are heavily relying on their SE2. They're heavily relying on their SE2 skills to carry them in this tournament. And based on their opponents, Tasia and 3, I think it's possible. I think that if Cure and Rogue faced off against either Bjorn or Classic, I think they'd have a really hard time. But they've avoided them. They've avoided them, so we could see them go even further in this tournament. We could see them go further here, and we'll see how far they can go. So yeah, interesting matchups here. Best of luck to all the competitors, of course. Best of luck to Tasia, to Cure, to Rogue, to 3, Bjorn, Creator, Classic, and Mana, for sure. Wish them all the best. There are no mirrors in SEVO. True. Not wrong. But yeah, a little bit unfortunate when it comes to seeding overall, when it comes to placements. But hey, you know, I might be overstepping. You know, maybe Creator causes an upset against Bjorn, and maybe Bjorn causes an upset against Classic, and maybe they're knocked out early. But at least I'm expecting them to face off in the semis. And then I would be favoring whoever wins between them to win the entire tournament. But we'll see. We'll see regardless. GG, well played. And again, this is going to be over the weekend. Over the weekend, this event is going to be taking place. I believe we won't be covering it, as I believe we're going to be covering Maestros of the Game instead. We do have a French tournament that is going to be ongoing, and we are going to be covering that on our channel. When it comes to these playoff matches, we will be going over them over the rest of the week, next week, during the week itself, via replays. So we will have a replay cast of the quarterfinals, the semis, and the grand finals thereafter. We'll be there with all those replays, as these are best of 5s, best of 7s, and best of 9s. Oh boy, it's a lot of StarCraft, a lot of matches. So look forward to it. Do look forward to it. Again, when it comes to live coverage, I believe Enki should be casting it live, potentially. Depends on whether he's casting Masters of the Game as well, but I believe Enki should be covering this live in Spanish, and I believe like Kiwian and the STC should be casting this in Korean as well. Potentially Indy casting this in Polish, potentially. And maybe some Russian coverage. I think Steadfast has been casting some English as well. Yeah, with that, you can check it out. You can check it out over the weekend, or you can watch it here on the channel next week. Thanks with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time. Again, it's always a lot of fun seeing StarCraft Evolution and seeing this kind of like different form of StarCraft 2 for sure. As I mentioned before, now is the best time for SE Evo because we're in the off season, right? Right now we're in the off season. This is when players can now focus on other kind of games, right? They can now focus, like right now is the time for team games, for 2v2, for 3v3, for, I'm talking about like Euthermal's 2v2 circuit, I'm referring to StarCraft Evolution, I'm referring to the patches, patch tournaments, right? It's like the Green Earths patch tournaments. Right now is a time to kind of play around with like these other versions of the game where players are less committed, less serious about focusing on purely regular 1v1 SE2 and focusing on the Esports World Cup circuit, as the off-season is now upon us. So yeah, now is the time for this sort of thing. That's a lot of good fun. A lot of good fun. So, like, where are the Brood War players playing Evo? From my understanding, I don't think there's much interest in that sort of thing. I think the best we have is DeWalt, right? I think DeWalt was playing a little bit of StarCraft Evolution, and he started playing SE2. Tasia as well. Tasia started competing in SE2 as well. So it's really cool to see that crossover of Evo players starting to play more StarCraft 2. So that's slowly been happening. But I think that's it. It's one of those things where there's enough. I guess it's similar to what's happening in SE2, right? Where a lot of these players, like Creator, Rogue, Cure, hold on, I'll do it here. So in this list, Cure, Rogue, and Creator, and even Classic as well, the players that I just listed, a lot of them were not playing in StarCraft Evolution for the majority of this year. Because of what? Because of the Esports World Cup, the EWC Championship, so they have more reason to focus on SE2. From the side of Brood War, it's very similar, where I feel like a lot of the Korean players have less incentive to play SC Evo. A lot of the Brood War players have less incentive to play Evo because right now they're earning their living and they're focusing a lot of time on Brood War, right? It's like there's ASL, there's a lot of Brood War tournaments, there's a lot of show matches, there's streams as well. Like, they don't really have much of a reason to switch. Right now, there is a reason to switch and for these players to try StarCraft Evolution because of the off-season, right? Because of that off-season, like right now is the time for SE2 players to kind of spread their wings and dip their toes further into StarCraft Evolution. When it comes to Brood War, though, I'm unfamiliar with their off-season, right? I'm unfamiliar if they even have an off-season, just because a lot of them are streamers and content creators, and they focus a lot of time on Brood War, right? So it's like kind of like less reason to branch out. Like, it's not just ASL. I should emphasize that a lot of the Brood War players don't make their money from ASL. They make their money from streaming. Like, almost every top Brood War player are also streamers over on the Korean side of things, and they make their money from streaming Brood War, from playing Brood War. Like, that's where they make most of their money, not ASL. So, like, their off-season, I don't even know if they have an off-season, is the problem, I feel. Like, they don't have much reason to stop playing Brood War, right? And to try something different. It's a bit of a different environment, I should say. It's a little bit different, but regardless, with that, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. And with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Sorry, we'll see you guys later tonight. Later on tonight, we do have. Let's have a look here. We do have Little League Cup. As you can see here, Friday evening, we just wrapped up with our Friday morning broadcast. Friday evening is going to be Little League Cup. Tomorrow we have a Code for Giants Cup. I believe that we might be removing that for a viewer replay cast. I think that's going to be the case. We also have Masters of the Game, likewise Saturday and Sunday evening as well. So plenty of content over the weekend. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft, plenty on the horizon. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. And we will see you guys tonight for Little League Cup. That's going to be at 9 p.m. AST. That's going to be in 8 hours. Sorry, 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours time, we'll be live with some more StarCraft. See you then. I'm going to go get some breakfast. But see you then. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi. Ciao. Hasta luego.